Hey guys, hope everybody is safe and healthy. I miss you guys like crazy. I made up a little combo for us to try at home, and feel free to modify or change this however you need to, depending on what kind of floor you're doing it on or how much space you have. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna start facing the back, but I'm gonna show you this facing the front so you can get it. We take a step on our right leg, and we do kind of an exaggerated step on our left leg, bring it up to kind of a passe, and put it out into a parallel second. And my arms are doing kind of the same motion as my leg, and ending in this position where my fingers are pointing down, my wrists are broken here. So that's facing the back, stepping on our right foot, pick up the left, and step out. 1, 2, 3. From there, I'm going to shift the direction of my body to the right wall over here. And I'm going to do that kind of 1 foot at a time. So my body ends facing as much side as it can, but my arms are still trying to hold this position. So we pick up, step up, shift, boom. So I'm picking up my right heel and putting it down, and then my left heel putting it down, and then shifting my body kind of at the same time. So swoop, stab, shift. Okay, from there, we are going to shift our weight kind of on our back leg and let our front leg slide out. So we're putting our weight on our left leg and letting our right foot kind of slide out. We're going to get ready to do a little kind of chug jump thing if you have space. So slide, boom. So we just did that kind of attitude chug jump and stood up on our left leg. As we're stepping on our left leg, we're kind of throwing this shoulder and elbow, we want it to feel like, and that's going to cause my left hand to travel down my arm, and it kind of ends on top of my other hand, like this. So, we did the reach, chug, step, throw, slide. So the slide is kind of slower, so kind of feel like we snap into slow motion after we throw our arm, and then it ends on our hand here. So from there, we throw, and we're going to do a little turn, a little kind of under soutenu. Okay, so I'm spinning on my left foot, my right foot is just coming in and then stepping down and ending parallel like this. And my arms are here, and they're just going to kind of do this swooping motion. So I'm thinking about my elbows. I'm picking up my left elbow, bringing it back, and then kind of rippling that around to my right elbow, and it does the same thing. Combining that with the turn is like that. So really make sure that we're starting with our left elbow coming up, and then the right elbow, and not just picking up our right elbow, because that's going to make that kind of illusion happen. Okay, so we're going to move on. If you need to take this slower, you can obviously pause it and rewind, watch the video over, and then come back and pick up. But moving on, so we just did the chug, step, throw, and the turn. So at the end of that motion, I'm kind of bringing my right hand down. I'm also ending in a little plie here. So throw, turn, stop. Then there's a sound of music that's going to happen, and we kind of shoot this hand through, and that's what takes us down. And from here, we're going to do what I just did. We're going to put this hand down and kind of shift our weight to our knees and just end in this sitting position like this. So one more time, shoulder, turn, throw, slide it through. So I'm just putting kind of all my weight on my hand, pushing my hips forward so my knees go down, and then kind of sneaking my right leg under. Boom. Okay, from here, we kind of rock our weight back on this hand again, and I'm picking up my right foot, and it's flexed. I'm picking it up, and then I'm attaching it to my left knee and pushing it down. And there's kind of a cool sound in the music that happens, so we want to make that motion kind of sharp. So we just slid through, sit, rock, down. From there, I'm stepping over this leg, and as I do that, I'm swiping my left leg through. So we just went rock, push, step, left leg goes under, and we just kind of end in this like Z sitting position. So sit, rock, down, over, sit. From there, this leg, so we just did this motion. Our left leg keeps circling around, and then it's gonna slide like that. So we're facing the corner once we're sitting. Rock back, push your knee down, step over, swipe under. Left leg keeps circling around, and then we're sliding, and we're gonna end sitting, boom, this way. So you can decide based on how much room you have, how big you're gonna take this. So if you need to keep it underneath yourself, then just kind of do that. If you have a little more space, then you can take this a little bigger and actually push yourself with your hands right here. Push yourself away before you sit up. Okay, so we're gonna walk through everything a little slower from the beginning, and then we will learn the rest. So facing the back, we step on our right leg, pick up our left leg, and swoop it up with our arms doing that same motion, and we land in this position. Arms are straight, wrists are broken. Then I'm shifting my weight right, left, shifting my feet, and the facing of my body, right, left. Leaning away, reaching and sliding, and then taking that little chub, throwing my elbow and shoulder, sliding that hand down to end here. Then, make sure we're thinking about picking up our left elbow going into this turn. Left foot down. Hand down, sit. Rock back, push your foot, push your knee down, step over, step under, keep circling, slide, end here. Okay, so we just finished in this position. As soon as we get here, we're gonna start bringing our left hand through this space right here, under our knee. So coming out of the little slide part, we're sitting up and picking up this right knee, and I'm already bringing my left hand through. And I'm just bringing my hand kind of in this open palm position with energy in my fingers. Right at this point in the music, there's kind of a beat that comes in. So we kind of wait for that beat, and on the first note, we pick our leg up and put our foot down on the other side of our left leg. So a hand comes through, pick it up, put it down. From there, I match my hands, so I'm taking my right hand now and putting it to my left palm, and I'm placing it kind of upside down on each other. So left hand fingers are facing up, right hand fingers are facing down, and I put them together, and then I slide through until my left forearm is all the way under my right leg. So I'll try and give you another angle here from the back. So we just sat up, left hand comes through, picks it up, right hand matches, and then we slide it through. So my hands are still connected when I end that. Obviously we're facing this way, so we just slid on our stomach, boom, up, down, match, slide. From there, right hand picks up, right arm, sorry, and undoes what we did. So we're here now. From here, I'm going to basically switch my legs. So let's not worry about the hands for a second. I'm just going to, boom, switch them. As I do that, my hands are still connected like this underneath my leg. As I do that, they're gonna disconnect, and left hand is gonna get picked up by left leg, and right hand's gonna kind of get taken down by right leg, okay? So just separate your hands basically when you do that switch and end with your left hand on top of your knee. So from there, we lean this way, and you can put your weight on your hand. I'm leaning this way, and I'm pushing my left knee back, and that makes my foot go back this way, okay? And kind of over-exaggerate this by picking up our elbow and really leaning into it, so it makes it look like we're actually doing something there. We are going to take our right hand, go over the top of our hand, and slide it down until our entire arm and shoulder is parallel to the ground, laying on the ground. Okay, so this feels like kind of an uncomfortable position, but we're gonna get out of it right away. So, up, switch, push the knee down, and then over the top of the hand, boom. All right, from here, my legs are gonna move first. So I'm still in this position, kind of like a lazy jazz split here. My left leg is back. Left leg's like this, right leg is straight out. My legs, pretend like my shoulder's on the ground. I'm gonna stay up so you can see it, but my legs are going to switch like that. So I'm kind of just ending with my legs apart. So we just push this knee down, boom. We go over the top of our hand, boom. And then we can use our left hand on the ground here. Switch our legs, so now I'm basically just laying on my stomach. And I'm gonna think about circling my right hand and arm around as I'm rolling on my back. We just push this knee down. We dive down with this arm. We switch our legs, basically just get on your stomach here. Circle this hand around. And then as I'm rolling on my back, I am connecting my foot and knee there. And then as I'm rolling onto my stomach, I'm picking it up into kind of an attitude. So my arms, while all that's happening, boom, boom. I'm focusing on my right arm. It's circling around, and then it kind of bends and hooks kind of around my chin or my neck, and ends, boom, like that. So it's basically just wrapped around. So it circles around, and then it wraps around. Okay, so let's go through this entire floor part, and then we'll go through everything, and then there's a little more we can learn if we want to. So, we just did the turn. We shoot this hand down, put our weight on it, swipe our legs through. We rock, pick up this foot flexed, push your left knee down, make that kind of sharp. Step over and swipe under. Keep circling the left leg, slide, and sit. Pick it up, put it down, match, slide, pick it up, put it down, switch, left knee down, right arm down, switch the legs, roll, connect your legs, boom. Let's add it on to the beginning, and maybe we'll try this with music. So, Facing the back. Step, lift, arms, feet, reach, chug, step, throw, turn, stop, hand, down, slide through, and sit. Flex, push, hold, swing around, through, and sit. Up, down, match, change, up, down, change. Push your knee, slide your arm, switch your legs, roll, keep rolling if you have room, boom. Hey, so my phone died yesterday, I wasn't able to finish, but I'm back to finish today, so let's get right back into it. We just did that roll on our stomach and back, and then ended on our stomach. From here, we're gonna put both hands down, and we're gonna bend in our left leg, and then flick it out as we push off our hands to go back on our knees like that. So side view, we're in this hooked position with our legs, both hands on the floor, push back. So as soon as we land that, push back. There's kind of a slow moment here, so you can bring your hands back down and just be looking front. And then we're gonna slowly start to lean to the right. We put our right hand on the ground. And then right away from there, we're sort of picking up our left side. So I'm thinking about picking up my left elbow and my left knee to start. And I'm also kind of turning my head, and then eventually I turn my whole body to kind of open up towards the ceiling here. So slowly, we just push back, we start to lean, and then we push up, and open. And then we do like a 90-degree turn out of that. So I'm putting my weight on this hand, lifting up, opening towards the ceiling, and then twisting 90 degrees. So that's basically the end of the combination. There's a little bonus move, we'll call it here at the end, that we can try. Only if we have space again, and also depending on the floor. But to get into this move, we're on our knees. If you're gonna do this, you can do it straight out of that little 90-degree turn we just did. But I'm gonna face the front so you can see better. So we put down our left hand, and we're gonna put down our right shoulder on the ground like that. And our butt's kind of just up in the air, like this. And I'm tucking this arm in towards my chest, but my shoulder is what's touching the floor. Okay, and I'm also putting the side of my head on the floor. So from here, we are swinging both of our legs in kind of a windmill motion. So once we're in this position, the first thing we do is straighten our left leg and kind of bring it around towards our face. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our right leg, but we're gonna push off of our foot and support ourselves on our shoulder and back a little bit. Okay, so when I'm twisting over, all of my weight is going on this shoulder, but I'm also using this part of my arm and the side of my head to take some of that too. So put the hand down, put the shoulder down, swing the left, swing the right, and then basically try and tuck and roll to the left. That's the last thing we do coming out of it. So maybe we want to just practice trying to get to this position where we're kind of just bouncing up on that shoulder. I will do it facing this side so we get a different view. That was was kind of a weird one, but yeah. So I've been kind of doing this slow, but when you really do it, you can swing your legs and give yourself a little bit more momentum, excuse me. Like that. So a couple more things about this last move, if we're trying it. We want to push off of our left hand once we're up balancing on our shoulder, because that's what's going to allow us to roll to the back and finish it. So we swing our legs, and right here is when we want to push off that hand and roll towards our left side. And then one more thing after that is we want to finish this in kind of a Z sitting position again. So how we do that is after we push, I'm tucking my left leg in, and tucking my left leg down, and then swinging my right leg around to finish in that position. That should all be trying to be one fluid motion. Okay, so that is the end of the combo. If you're limited on space and you know you're not going to be able to do this much traveling, you can just start at the floor part. So that would be starting here with this section. It does travel a little bit to your left when you're doing that, but that is kind of a more confined phrase there. And the beginning part obviously travels a little bit more. So do what you can with the space that you have. Okay, so the song that we're doing is called Evaporate, live in Berlin, and it's by Mum, M-U-M. So hopefully we can see this. Mum, Evaporate, live in Berlin. And this is what the album cover looks like. So screenshot that if you need to. It's on YouTube, and it's probably on Apple Music, Spotify, and all that too. So if you are starting at the beginning standing part, that starts at 20 seconds in the music. And if you're going to start at the floor part, that starts at 30 seconds in the music. So I'm just going to do the first section up until the floor part with music so we can see the timing. This part, we just did that turn. There's kind of that explosion sound or something that happens there. Right after that sound happens, we have 6 counts until we want to get our next musical cue. So that boom happens, boom, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to be rocking back on 5 and pushing this down sharp on 6. There's another sound that happens there that'll make that cool. So we can be getting our hand here anytime before 1, before that beat comes in on 1. And then when that beat comes in on 1, we're picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so make sure we're matching those beats for that part and make that part just kind of sharp and confident. And try not to be super slouched when we're sitting here. Try and be lifted and tall for all this stuff. Okay, and then really use your body on that. Really use your body on that. So we're gonna go one more time from the floor part till the end of the combination with music, and then from there we'll do the whole combo a couple times and we'll be done. Alright, so let's do this entire combo from the top with music a couple times, and then we will be all good. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so one more time, filming from the back for you guys. Remember, if you don't have a lot of space, you can modify this however you need to. If you really don't have a lot of space, maybe just focus on this floor part starting there. That starts at 30 seconds. But yeah, have fun. You can change this however you want. I'd love to see your version of it. Here we go. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you so much. I miss you. This was fun. Can't wait to see you guys again. Keep dancing no matter what.